Compassion Campers. We are off to an exciting start, aren't we? Today, you should be receiving, if you haven't already, you should be receiving your very own Compassion Kit. Now, there are all kinds of wonderful, colorful things in here, so I thought that I would walk us through what each thing is for so that we can plan ahead and make sure we're prepared for our camping adventure together. First of all, since our theme is compassion, we've had some amazing people in our church community sew these masks for each of us. So I encourage you to show compassion in your community by wearing your mask so that you can take care of yourself and your neighbors. Also, in your compassion kit, you'll see this giant log. Whoa. So this is for a very special family project. So each family has their very own log. And I encourage you to use this log to help you make your family centerpiece. What's a family centerpiece, Evangeline? I'll tell you. So each week you have in your family guide some compassion in action ideas. These are ways for you to put all of the teachings that Christ has given us of how we can be kind and loving and feel the pain and help the pain of our friends and neighbors by putting it into action. So, our very first compassion in action activity is to come together with our family and to create a table centerpiece. So here's an example of what that might look like, but you could use anything. I've put lots of fun things in your compassion kit to get you started. There are pipe cleaners, you could use some construction paper, or you could use some tissue paper. You could color with our new crayons. You could use the tape. Oh, and look, there are even some candles that you could use. When you're planning your centerpiece with your family, I want you to talk about what do you believe as a family? What do you value? What's important to you? What makes your family your family? Then, once you've decorated your centerpiece, this can go on your table at home or any place where your family comes together and gathers together. Because Christ calls us to gather together as brothers and sisters in Christ, as a family of Christ, and to welcome everyone to our table. So this will serve as a reminder for you and your family that everyone is welcome to the table. Now, there will be other compassion and action activities as well. For example, you'll get some note cards like this, and these are to write letters to people in our community, to people who are essential workers and who are taking so many risks and are taking so much time and care for our community right now. We could also write letters to people who are suffering right now, people perhaps who are in prison, people who are sick in the hospital. Send them a card to let them know that you care for them and that you want to listen to what they're going through and are willing to help them ease their pain. So there are lots of other ideas of who you could write letters to. And again, that's in this family guide where you see compassion in action. Here you go. All right. Also, in this family guide, there are links to our church Facebook page where I'll be starting some conversations every week and ideas of how families can share what's happening with compassion in their homes. There's a Spotify playlist for Compassion Camp where you can play that playlist anytime and continue the conversations of what we're discussing at camp. How can we be compassionate people? And then there's also, this is so exciting, there's a church YouTube account. Did you know that? Did you know we have a YouTube account? So search for Princeton United Methodist Church on YouTube. And every week you'll see lots of different videos getting posted to, again, continue our conversations together. And we have lots and lots of our church family recording books. And they're reading aloud the books for you, for our kids, and for our families. So I'm excited for you to get to see some of those read alouds, and you might get to see some friends and some faces from church who we haven't been able to see in a few months. So please subscribe to that YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our exciting videos that are coming. And finally, there's one other page in our Compassion Camp family guide that I want to show you, and this is our book picks. So there are so many different picture books that will be on our YouTube channel that I also encourage you to check out from the library. I have reached out to Princeton Public Library and had them order a lot of these books. We also could look for them at one of our local bookstores like Labyrinth or Jazam's. Or one of my personal favorite bookstores to get books for Henry is actually from my hometown of St. Louis. It's called I See Me, and it's an African-American children's bookstore. So anything, I encourage you, if you're looking for new books to kind of keep us excited this fall as we might be learning at home, these are some great picks for us to have in our collections at home. Also, in our kit, you'll see 2 other packets. This packet is for coloring, okay? So I encourage you as a family to color each picture, and then it can become a huge mural that will look like this when you put it up in your home. It will take a little bit of space on a big wall somewhere, so think about where you might want to put that. And this doesn't have to happen right away. We could work on this little by little over the next couple of months, okay? And as you look at the different pictures that you're coloring, talk as a family of ways that you're seeing compassion in action through the illustrations. This packet is our Sunday morning packet. So these are the resources that your child may need when you are dialing into Zoom for Sunday school. So I encourage you to hold off on using these until we do come together on Sunday morning. So I would keep this probably in my bin, in my compassion kit, so that I don't lose it, so that I'm ready for Sunday school time. Sometimes we might like to doodle or color or express what we're thinking or feeling through writing or drawing. So here's a notebook. Feel free to use this however you want. Oh, and look, inside of your notebook is a daily examine card. So we'll be starting out with the theme at the table next week. So I encourage you to look at this card every day as a family and reflect on how you're seeing compassion play out in your life. Perhaps you're seeing it with a friend, or you're seeing it between a brother or sister or grown-ups around. So please go ahead and check that out, and then use that prayer together as you're continuing to put compassion in action in your homes. Then there's also this dowel rod. In our weekly, in our family guide, you'll see these coloring pages that match the story, the Bible story for each Sunday morning. See it? So I encourage you to color that and cut out this part, and then you'll want to use your ribbon or string or whatever you have around the house to help you hang this as a wall hanging. I'll share a picture of what our wall hanging at my house looks like so that you can kind of have an idea of how you could do this with yours at home. We won't get started with this until next week, so you don't have to worry too much about coloring, cutting, anything yet. I'll show you how to do it next week, all right? So I just am so excited to see you and to sing with you today, and Mr. Tom, and for us to really learn what Christ is calling us to do as compassionate disciples. I love you, and I'm going to see you in just a little bit for Sunday school. Bye.